because I can't just have one donut. So I tend not to snack as much anymore because.
No, I'm exactly the same. I'm exactly the same. I'm just going to see what Ben's doing this room. Oh. Yeah, he did. I asked him to, but then I got up as well. Morning all, how we doing? I'm going to be admin for the day now.
It's the same as cookies as well. Like cookies are probably my kryptonite.
And you've been me for the day.
I absolutely love cookies, whether they're Maryland cookies or whether they're freaking proper cookies and stuff like that. But I can't just eat one. All of a sudden, I turn into like a crack fiend and just end up having to. I start all innocent. Right? I do. I start with a premise that I'm just gonna have one cookie. And then all of a sudden, I sat down, and you pretty much finished the cookie by the time you fucking walked away from the cookie jar and sat down. And then I go back up, and before you know it, I've devoured like a whole pack of cookies.
White chocolate cookies.
Or
custard donut.
No, jam donuts.
Apple donut.
Apple?
Oh, I love an apple donut.
You psychopath.
No, got to be a fucking jam donut. It has to be.
Serial killer who's just admitted it.
I love white chocolate. I get a headache.
Have you sent out this push notification?
Yeah, they take 3 to 4 minutes.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It is.
It really is. Hello, ladies and gentlemen that are currently here. We've sent out push notifications, so hopefully some people should all start fucking knocking on that door and coming in. Yeah, jam donuts are the way forward. We're currently talking about donuts and snacks, and I tend to now try not to snack because I can't help myself. Like, you can't just have one cookie, you can't just have one donut. I don't have that level of willpower, so I tend just to say no in general. Mr. Rob Vax, good morning, mate. How are you doing? Yeah, we need to speed up these push notifications. They're insane. Hello, my 14-month-old Staffy loves my hands. Have you got nice hands? He has, ever since we've had him, I've tried everything, but he thinks my hands are toys. Okay, and good morning. Hello, Emma Louise. How are we doing? So, Staffies, particularly if they're young Staffies and things like that, they like to bite. And many times we don't provide that outlet for them. My late Staffy, the reason we got into dog training, and you can see her up there on the front cover of our book, tug of war was our favourite thing to do, and I used to always have like a ball on the rope with her because I could play tug of war with that, but I could also play fetch, which is something she also liked to do. And a lot of our walks would be comprised of that. We'd do some structured walk down to a park, down to a field. When we got there, we would play some tug of war, or we'd play some fetch combined with some obedience, because my focus on my dog isn't for them to go and play with other dogs. I don't care about that. That's unnecessary, and that's how accidents happen. My focus was to spend time with my dog, not mingle with the public when I'm out. Obviously, we'll see members of the public, but my goal was to always have fun with her, and we'd do that. And then after exercise, right, after that walk, I would stick her in the crate for a couple of hours. So she learned after exercise to calm down and decompress. Yes, this is live. To calm down and decompress. And then once she got the hang of this and that routine, all of a sudden, a lot of the things like biting, destructive behaviours and stuff like that, they all settled down. Many times Staffies aren't having that breed side of them met, that sort of physical, that bitey side being met, and many times they're not being taught an off switch. Good morning, Beth. How are we doing? What do you think of deer antlers? I love them. I love them. Great little enrichment freaking thing for your dog. If you spent 10 years in a prison for a crime you did not do or commit, would you be, with a bumblebee, justified in murdering innocent people to get back at society for a wonderful conviction? The Book of Dark.
To get your time back.
I don't.
So you've already spent your time.
I don't understand if this is something like, because the name is the Book of the Dark, and I don't know if this is like a blurb for a book that he's trying to promote.
I think he's on the wrong line.
I think he's trying to I think he's asking you for a quote for the book. Adam Spider of South Dog Training said.
Right, so do you want me to read it for you? Right, screen record now. If you spent 10 years in prison for a crime you did not commit, would you be justified in murdering an innocent? I fucked that up, but you're going to have to deal with it. This is free. People get back at society for the wrongful conviction. So you was wrongly convicted.
See, now I don't think, right, you should murder the innocent. Maybe the people that put you behind bars wrongfully, I mean, but I still don't think murder was.
Law-abiding citizen.
Yeah, is this the film law-abiding?
Yeah. But nobody was innocent that he murdered. He didn't murder anybody that was innocent.
Yeah, so I don't think
that his wife and family were killed, right? And basically, it was swept under the rug, covered up, and all that shit. So those murders were justified
because he lost consciousness. They said they couldn't get a strong conviction.
Yeah. By the way, law-abiding citizen. I feel like you do better rewriting that than whatever this is.
Yeah. So anyway, back to dog training, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, please do give us a massive thumbs up. I'm trying to do more YouTube lives. You guys have helped us get this play button for 100k subscribers, so thank you so much. And it is because you are liking, it is because you are sharing, okay? We need you guys to continue to do that, so please do. How do I stop my pup from getting under my mobility scooter? Stop running it over. No, so the reality is, right, have your pup on a lead and walk around with your pup and try to get the pup used to where the mobility scooter goes and things like that. I do think there is a video on our website of me working with a client who was on a mobility scooter whose dog had basically attacked the mobility scooter and has forced her to have accidents in a mobility scooter. Remember, guys, the videos we post on here are free and they are informational. But most of the clips on here are taken from full-length videos, which you get access to on the website. So there is a step-by-step tutorial on how to teach your dog to walk nicely alongside a mobility scooter. What do you think of using packs of dogs for inundation, for a dog setting dominance to others? Right. So a pack of dogs can help a dog in a social setting if it's a well-balanced pack. However, it's very rare that dogs are fucking dominant. It is. Most of the time, they're overcompensating, and it comes from a place of insecurity. So a truly, truly dominant dog, right? I would class my late Rottweiler, Daisy, as a dominant dog because the reality is she would only react, and she wouldn't react to the point of aggression, but she would only react if she had to put a dog in its place. Now, dogs that are going around trying to put dogs in their place that have done nothing, dogs that are overreacting to the sight of a dog, yeah, these are actually insecure. These aren't dominant dogs. Now, this is what we do at the training center. We will use dogs to help other dogs. So if we're working with a dog that has issues with other dogs, we will introduce them to the dogs here one at a time, and then we'll slowly increase those numbers, okay? But if you're going to do what, say, you saw on the Dog Whisperer and things like that, where you've got your own pack of dogs and you just let that dog go, that can be a recipe for disaster, yeah? I wouldn't just let a random dog go. Even if your pack is balanced, I wouldn't let a random dog that has serious behavioural problems into the middle of a pack of dogs, because many times that survival instinct kicks in and it starts lashing out and you've just flooded the dog. You haven't actually helped the dog. Introducing it to balanced dogs slowly, that will help the dog. Right, where are we? It's 39 people watching, 10 thumbs up. That means 29 people watching have not put a thumbs up. Please put a thumbs up, guys. It's 100% free to put a thumbs up. Where are we? Adam, I live in the middle of nowhere with a very low population. I'm jealous. My dog doesn't get to see many other dogs just because of where we live. This has caused some reactivity. He just pulls towards any dog. Is it possible to fix? Would a prong collar be helpful? 7-month-old lab pointer. Okay, so a prong collar is a training tool that can help with lead walking and can help with control. It must be used correctly. However, I would never recommend a prong collar to somebody that I don't know, haven't spoken to, haven't got enough information from, etc., etc. For example, if people haven't been bothered to teach the very basics, the art of attention, a decent marker training system, sit means sit, down means down, if they haven't attempted to introduce the very basic concept of pressure release, if they haven't taught the dog not to go mental at the sight of the lead and things like this, then no, you're not ready for a prong collar because you need to work on your foundations. Now, if your foundations, and you can find these on our website, okay, your foundation stuff that every single dog needs. If your foundations are in place and you need a little bit extra to get you over that finish line, then yes, a collar in that situation can be absolutely fine. But it's very, very important to make sure that you're not using it as a quick and lazy fix, that you are actually working on making sure your foundations are in place, making sure your dog knows what's expected of it and things like that. I have a 12-month-old staffy called Wally. I'm about to start recall training. Can you give me some advice? Yes, I can. So you've already started recall training without realizing, okay? Because every time you ask the dog to do something, every time you do a little training session with the dog, every time you go for a lead walk with the dog, particularly if you're teaching a dog how to behave on the lead, these are all things getting a dog to listen to you, getting the dog to pay attention to you, and getting a dog used to being with you, okay? Many times recall is a free behavior. If your dog is pulling on the lead, dragging you everywhere, deciding when it stops, how long it stops for, if it drags you through the front door, you're not ready to start recall training. Lead walking is one of those lost arts, ladies and gentlemen. If your dog does not walk properly on the lead, stop trying to address recall. Yeah, address that, because the lead walking teaches the dog and you to be in sync, become a partnership. It teaches the dog to follow you, teaches the dog to start to take direction from you. Proper lead walking can take a nervous dog and build confidence. Proper lead walking can take a frustrated, excitable dog and calm them down. Proper lead walking is the quickest way to bond with a dog, okay? If you've got two dogs that have never met, going for a lead walk is the much safer approach than letting them say hello to each other. Going for a lead walking is so powerful. So make sure that bit is on point, okay? And then have your dog on a long lead. The problem with recall training is people let their dog off the lead before it's ready, okay? They go straight from a normal lead to no lead, thinking that the dog's going to listen to them. And the second that dog learns to ignore you, the second you have to keep repeating yourself, the second that dog run over to something and you can't stop it, that's when your dog learns in that moment that you can't stop it. The more you repeat yourself with your dog, the more the dog learns to tune you out, okay? Anybody that is a parent that has young children that go, daddy, 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 mummy, 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 it grates on you, right? This is very similar for a dog. Oi, sit, no, come here, get here. The dog learns to fucking tune you out. It grates on you, okay? So there's that. Long 30-foot lead minimum, go to many different places. Have fun with your dog in these places, right? Don't put so much emphasis on recall. Emphasis has to be on the fun, yeah? Bit of fetch, bit of tug of war, something, throw some treats out there, let the dog go and get them. Call your dog, move backwards, okay? Every time you call your dog, move backwards. It encourages the dog to come towards you. But you want to get to the stage where the dog can drag that lead around with you and you don't have to step on it to get your dog's attention. If you call your dog and it ignores you, that lead is there to reel it in. So I would do that. I did a recall video, I think, the other day on TikTok. Good morning, Paul. How are we doing? Ashley has a 7-month-old baby and a 2-year-old male cane corso. Every time I sit down to feed my baby, dog starts whining and pacing around and scratching the door. What can I do? I feel like it's getting jealous. Your dog doesn't know what to do, yeah, because you haven't taught it what you want it to do. One thing I would teach my dog to do, and I would have taught this before the baby even comes, this is the big mistake that we make, okay? You know, at some point, babies are going to be on the horizon, yeah? Most people, okay, at some point, plan to add a child to their family or something along those lines, right? But people don't actually start training until that baby is born, and then you start to develop issues. And by then it can be serious and it can be dangerous. And this is why dogs get rehomed. When you have a dog, it's sitting on your lap, jumping up at you, might not seem like a big deal. But if you're carrying a baby in your hands, now suddenly it's a major deal, yeah? Your dog dragging you down the street might not be a big deal until your dog's dragging you down the street and you're pushing a pram, yeah? Your dog sitting next to you when you're eating might not seem like a big deal until it's sitting next to your child when it's eating and now robbing food from your child, okay? Your dog might not, you might not see a problem with your dog just jumping on the sofa whenever it feels like it until you have a small baby on that sofa and the dog accidentally catches that baby and now it's a problem. So the rules in my house have always been, okay, now I have parents, so I enforce these rules, but even before that, I train my dogs as if I had a baby. Even if I don't have a baby, even if you're not ready for a baby, even if you're single and you hope one day to start a family or you have a baby on the way, start training your dog, okay, as if the baby is there. So look at anything that your dog is doing and ask yourself, if you had a kid there and the dog was doing it, would this be a problem? If I was holding a baby, would this be a problem? If I'm pushing a pram, Would this be a problem? Don't wait until you're pregnant. Don't wait until the baby's here to start to go, actually, this is a major problem. Start using a bit of common sense. Now, want to help this? Nice and fucking simple. You feed the baby, stick the dog in its fucking crate, give it a fucking juicy bone, give it a Kong, give it a chew, give it something like that. So every time you feed the baby, dog gets a little chew. Dog knows what's expected of it. Dog's not being left out. Dog's being given clear instructions. You're left alone to feed the baby. Dog's happy. You're happy. Problem solved. How do I block off-lead dogs who can't be recalled? Your dog goes behind you and hold out your leg, stamp your foot, handful of treats, throw them over the dog's head, carry a ball thrower with you, one of those ball launchers, use that as an extension of your arm, carry an umbrella. Now the weather's shit, open that up. 99% of dogs that have an umbrella open towards them are going to fucking run to the high heavens. Just keep your dog behind you. And if your dog can't stay behind you, if you're having to battle your dog and battle that off-lead dog, you need to seriously at this moment in time think about where you're actually taking your dog, because you're not ready for environments where you're going to see off-lead dogs yet, because your dog needs more work. I would not take my dog to a place where it is likely to encounter off-lead dogs until my dog knows sit means sit, knows how to auto stop. So when I stop, the dog stops by my side, and until the dog knows what pressure and release is on that lead, basically until that dog is walking properly. Until I can hold a coffee and walk the dog without spilling that coffee, there is no way in hell I am taking that dog anywhere where I could encounter off-lead dogs. Because if I can't do the basics without dogs around, I'm going to struggle as soon as an off-lead dog approaches me. So it's important that if you are going to go to these places, your dog is behaved well enough. So if disaster strikes and so you have a dog and the owner can't recall it, you don't have to worry about your dog. Anytime I've ever been out of my dogs, down, they go into a down, I can now take control of that dog. I don't have to worry about what my dog's doing, okay? It's important if you have a dog that struggles with off-lead dogs, right, that you have done your foundational stuff with your dog first. That's why people are struggling, because they haven't taught their dog the very basics yet, and you're going to places that are far too advanced for both you and your dog. Where are we? Let's have a look. My 6-month-old collie has started lunging at traffic on lead walks. What can I do to stop him? Right, Susan, with the utmost respect, this is what happens when somebody gets a border collie and completely is ignorant to the fact that this is a through and through working dog and the most intelligent dog on the planet. This is what happens when there's often no outlet provided for that collie for what it was genetically predisposed to do. This is what happens when you have a dog that is smarter than your average human. And this is what happens when, one, lead walking hasn't been addressed and there is no herding fulfillment in this dog's day-to-day activities. You're not using herding balls. You're not using flirt poles. You're not giving that dog something to focus on. You're not working with that intelligence of the dog. The dog's probably out in front of you walking, and because it's genetically predisposed to herd, if there's no outlet for it and it doesn't know how to walk properly on a lead, those herding instincts will come out in other areas. Lead walking 101, right? Address that. Watch the video on my website. Breaks it down step by step how to walk your dog. Nice and straightforward, nice and simple, okay? And then add some breed fulfillment into your training journey. There's a full breed review on my website, step by step, everything you need to know about border collies. 9-week-old French bulldog, she stays between my legs every time we go outside to potty. She's too scared. So what? She'll get over it. Stop paying too much attention to it. Make sure your dog's on a lead. Yeah, and just keep walking away. Eventually, your pup will get bored and will go and start sniffing and realize it needs to go to the toilet, okay? Also, you have to wait outside until your pup has gone to the toilet. If you come back inside because you're feeling sorry for the dog or because you're cold or something like that, your puppy learns to go to the toilet inside the house, and then guess what? Every single time you go outside, the puppy's going to be your constant shadow, and it's going to wait until you take it back inside to go to the toilet, okay? It's a big, scary world out there. Don't pander to your dog. Simply, if I've got a needy dog, for example, right, particularly if I'm dealing with a client whose dog is glued to their legs, in a sense, keeps going between their legs, but then will react if anything comes near it, walk away. Walk away. Walk away. Walk away. Eventually, the dog gets fucking sick and tired of it and goes on to something else. Adam, I have a staff pup and I'm about to start recall training. Just answered that one. Somebody retracted a message from Ed's Canine Academy. Don't know what message he retracted. Somebody else retracted a message. Where are we? Let's have a look. Why my 2-year-old Turve, is that a Teruvian or meant to be terrier? Attacks some dogs. He picks other dogs, meowing, attacks, walks on the leash. Right. If your dog is attacking some dogs, in the nicest sense of the word, you are failing as a dog owner. Your dog should never be in a position where it has to attack a dog. Yeah? It shouldn't. And if it's a dog coming towards your dog shouldn't be in a position where it has to defend itself, because it's your job to defend your dog from potential threats, including other dogs. Yeah. So my dogs don't get into dog fights, even with rude, obnoxious dogs. They don't need to tell that dog to go away, because I do that. Okay. The problem you have, ladies and gentlemen, is people don't want to do anything with their dog. We forget the fact that it's man's best friend, right? And what we do is we go to the same place every single day and we let our dogs meet every single dog. Yeah. If your dog is saying hello to a new dog on a daily basis, this is problematic. This could lead to your dog getting frustration-based reactivity. This could lead to your dog meeting the wrong dog and having a negative experience, which could lead to fear-based reactivity. Okay, this is teaching your dog that meeting dogs on a daily basis is a good thing. Your dog is learning dogs are more fun than you. I'm not saying your dog shouldn't play with dogs, right? But if your dog is meeting dogs every single day, you are one dog away from a bad fucking day. Yeah, because the reality is, how many people that are out there with their dogs, trying to train their dogs, encounter, it's okay, he's friendly. If a dog runs over to you and the owner is behind it and the owner hasn't stopped it or has made attempts to stop it and they can't, and they are pre-warning you it is friendly, why on God's green earth would you let your dog say hello to this dog? Let me tell you why that's dangerous. Two friendly dogs can clash. Yeah. Just because your dog's friendly doesn't mean it's going to get on with every dog it meets. The fact that that dog has come over to you and the owners couldn't stop it means they don't have control of their dog, which also means they're probably not going to be able to read their dog. It also means if their dog gets too pushy, if that dog makes your dog uncomfortable, they're not going to be able to stop that dog. So why would you put your dog in a situation where the owner cannot control that dog? This is why dogs end up having to fend for themselves, because you keep putting them in that situation. Because if your dog gets on with some dogs, but not all dogs, this is completely fucking normal. But if you keep letting them say hello to every dog they see, you're going to start seeing people struggle, your dog struggle. Want your dog to stop freaking trying to attack other dogs? Stop letting it say hello to every dog that it meets. Yeah. Have the dogs that you know it gets on with, meet up with them. Meet up with friends, meet up with family's dogs. But for the love of God, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to avoid serious issues down the road, stop letting your dog say hello to dogs that you don't fucking know, or dogs that at the very least are not under control. Dogs shouldn't be attacking anyone unless it's a Tottenham fan. I'm so glad Tottenham lost at the weekend. I'm an Arsenal fan, right? And Arsenal got screwed to the high heavens against Newcastle United, and I was like, great, now the only team in the Premier League undefeated is Spurs. How has this happened? And then Chelsea go and do something outrageous and thump them 4-1. That was the highlight of my weekend. Have I trained a service dog? So we do work with service dogs. However, when I say we'll work with service dogs that basically need some refinement in order to be able to go on and pass their test. We don't train dogs to be certified service dogs, okay? You need a special company to go and do that can give you the appropriate certification for that. We deal with behavior modification. So if you've got a dog that needs some training in order to be able to go on and pass that, then we can do that with you, absolutely. But we don't train dogs to be certified service dogs. Adam, do you have a book? I seen on the comment on one of your videos you had a book for training dogs. Where can I find that book? Right. Yes, we do have a book. We have a book. It's called How to Raise the Perfect Dog. Okay. We have a second book, which is available to pre-order right now as well. How to Train Your Dog. That is available from December the 7th this year. If you're in America, both versions of that book will be available next year as well. Okay. Now, currently in England, these are available on Audible as well. Anywhere where you can download your audio books, you can buy this and listen to this as well. Now, book one, ladies and gentlemen, is all about finding the right breed for you and your family. It explains the difference between terriers and other dogs, for example. It tells you what you need in preparation for bringing a puppy home. Tells you what to do on day one. Tells you what you need to teach that puppy. Tells you the importance of proper socialization, the mistakes people make with socialization, like letting their dog say hello to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. There's a socialization checkbook in this. I believe it's already available in Canada because Canada is technically would fall under America, if I'm not mistaken. I assume, obviously, with book one and book two being released in January in America, that would also include Canada?
Yeah.
Because Canada's North America. But excuse my ignorance, but is Canada not North America?
No, it is separate. But in terms of Amazon shipping...
But does Canada not fall under North America? I could be completely ignorant here, right? I could. No, it doesn't, right? But yeah, it might already be available in Canada. I have lost track about the countries in which the book is available in. But right now, all I know is you can order this book on our website. You can order this book through Amazon and in a lot of other retailers. Now, book two, ladies and gentlemen, is all about what happens if you decided you know better than book one. If you didn't buy book one, or you've got a rescue dog, a dog that you inherited with issues, or a dog that you've got issues now that isn't a puppy anymore. Book one will help any dog, though, because this is your foundational stuff. The reason most dogs have behavioral problems is because they're not taught this stuff as a puppy. Yeah. So this will help any dog regardless of issue. It's not going to fix all of your issues, but if you've got major issues like reactivity, separation anxiety, and things like that, this will definitely help with that because your dog wasn't taught the basics as a puppy. You think it was, but it fucking wasn't. There's so much more that you need to learn. Okay. Book two is about fireworks, separation anxiety, doorbell reactivity, in-house reactivity, reactivity outside the house, leash reactivity. It literally goes into detail about multi-dog households. We talk a lot about rescues, okay? So if you haven't got our book, please do go and purchase a copy of our book. Or if you've got book one, please do feel free to go and order book two. It's available to pre-order now. Why most dog trainers have a book? Why do most dog trainers have a book? Because I didn't write a book for ages. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, please do me a massive solid and give us a thumbs up, okay? The more thumbs up, the more people that like, the more people that subscribe, the closer we'll get to the next play button, and it's all because of you. I post free content on here. We don't charge you for the content we post on YouTube, and we post daily content on YouTube for you. My cameraman, Ben, is responsible for all of the videos that go up on YouTube, and he makes sure every single day you have some sort of content to watch, and it is free. The only thing I ask in return is you give us a thumbs up because that is also free. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe because that is also free. Okay. Now, the reason I wrote a book is one, because for the last freaking how long I can remember, people have been saying, when are you going to write a book? You should write a book. If you wrote a book, I would buy it. I would read it. Right. So I decided to write a book because the reality is not everybody likes to learn through social media. Some people can find social media a bit overwhelming and stuff like that. Some people are old school and like to read a book. Some people like, if they got an afternoon to themselves, to sit down, cup of tea, read a book. Some people like to read books on aeroplanes and stuff like that. So it's just covering all bases. We have an online subscription group where you get access to my trainers 24/7, where you can literally, get as much help you need, where you can watch our full-length training tutorials. We do the free content across all social media platforms, from TikTok to YouTube to Instagram to Facebook, etc. Right? And we also do seminars. We do in-person seminars, online seminars. We do group classes. There is so much that we do. And the reality is, adding a book was just another avenue to help people that want to learn that way. That's why we wrote a book. Please give a thumbs up, guys. Captain Cook is amazing, although I've just read out that name and know who that is. Canada is a country in North America. It's 10 provinces and 3 territories extended from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean and northward into the Arctic Ocean, making it the world Wikipedia. Thank you. Thank you. But does that mean that if my book is available in America, it will be available in Canada? To me, it does. I love your accent. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. People either love it or hate it. People think that I'm aggressive but it's my accent, yeah? So people are like, why are you so angry? Why are you shouting all the time? This is just, if you look, I'm a very animated person. I freaking talk with my hands a lot. And it's just the Essex. If you're not familiar with Essex, a little town that we freaking reside in a sense, then yeah, it's Southend. That's right, it is. It's Southend. AFI, you're correctly right. It's just us. We're just loud and we're just brash. It doesn't mean we're aggressive, and it doesn't mean that we're angry. It doesn't mean anything. We're just loud and animated. 9-month-old golden retriever gets super excited and reactive when he sees other dogs on the walk. How can I solve this? Teach him how to walk properly on the lead. Go and watch the Lead Walking 101 tutorial on my website. 90% of lead reactivity is fixed by teaching your dog how to walk properly. I'm from Essex, best accent. Yes, it is. People hate my Manchester accent. Yeah, but you'll find that. Like, so I'm sure people from up north, like that, have a Mancunian accent or a Geordie accent or a Scouse accent, probably find us really fucking annoying. And I know people from Essex that feel the same way. To me, it just helps me kind of identify where somebody is from in the world, in a sense. Although our web designer, Matt, I do struggle to understand him when he starts talking sometimes. And I think he's from Newcastle, is he?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Matt's from Newcastle. When he starts talking fast, I'm like, dude, what did you just say? But we also have a Scottish trainer, and when she goes on a rant, fuck me, I can't understand a word she's saying. People just don't understand when I speak. Scottish accent. Yeah, it's exactly that. So we've got a Scottish dog trainer. Right, and when she talks normally, I can understand her. If she goes off on a random tangent rant, it's like she's all of a sudden started speaking a foreign language. But languages, I love it. I love it because it helps us identify where people are from in the world and stuff like that. And I love it because we have everybody watching us from freaking up north to freaking Scotland, Ireland, Wales, to completely the other side of the world, America, Canada, Brazil. It really, really is really cool. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you because I do have some things to do. I've been on here now for half an hour. Everyone that gave me a thumbs up, thank you so much. If you're not on my Instagram already, I'm going to be doing an Ask Me Anything on my Instagram stories if you're not familiar with that. So you'll be able to click on my Instagram stories and there'll be a question box where you can ask me. I do want to remind everyone, though, that we do have an online training group. So if you are struggling with your dog, whether it's a puppy, whether it's an older dog, whether it's jumping up, whether it's separation anxiety, fear of fireworks, or reactivity towards other dogs, please do come and join my online training group, because if you use the discount code XLBully, okay, XLBully, where you go to the checkout page, coupon code XLBully, you'll get a 7-day free trial and the rest of that month for 99p. Every month after that, it's $11.99, but you can cancel at any time. But what it means is you can talk to my trainers as many times as you want. You can send them videos of the problems you are having. There are full tutorials on how to walk your dog, how to address separation anxiety, resource guarding, right? Leash reactivity. There are full-length home visits in there, 2-hour-long sessions from start to finish, so you can see exactly how we take a reactive dog and turn it around. Discount code XLBully. What do we think of Tottenham? They are fucking shit. Actually, that's a lie. They're doing really well. But yeah, we fucking hate them. Big up the Arsenal. On that note, guys, southenddogtraining.co.uk. Go over there right now. Sign up. Discount code XLBully. Take care.